What if I told you the number of students at MCPS is shrinking? And this could completely shake up everything from the future of your neighborhood schools to your home's value. In this video, we're going to uncover why enrollment is falling, how it affects you if you live, work, or sell in Montgomery County, and what you should do next. This isn't just about schools, it's about your home, your family, and your investment. MCPS announced that the school enrollment is declining, and because of this actually may affect the opening of the Crown High School. There's actually a proposal out there, and they're talking about potentially not opening that up as a brand new school in 2027, possibly using it as a holding school. This has thrown a major bombshell because according to MCPS, they were supposed to and are supposed to still have new boundaries drawn as of March of 2026. Let's break down what's happening and how it could affect you if you're either selling your home, buying a home, or relocating to Montgomery County. So what's driving this is lower birth rates in Montgomery County. County birth data has fallen from over 13,000 births in 2014 to under 11,000 in 2023. I also believe the high cost of living in Montgomery County is another driver when we talk about the births declining. I think there's many families who are opting to move a little bit further out into areas like Urbana, parts of Frederick County, as well as maybe Howard County, where the schools are good and the commute's a little bit longer. However, the prices are usually a little bit lower. In Montgomery County, we're also seeing changing demographics, more single professionals, smaller families, and aging boomers who are staying in their homes longer. All this means less students in Montgomery County school system. Key takeaway is Montgomery County is still growing, it's just growing differently, and all of this is reshaping the classroom as well as housing demand. As I mentioned earlier, one of the biggest developments of this declining enrollment is the new Crown High School, set to open up fall of 2027. It was designed to relieve overcrowding at Quince Orchard, Richard Montgomery, and Wooten High School. But according to Bethesda Magazine, MCPS officials are now considering delaying the full opening or using Crown as a temporary holding school while they monitor enrollment. So what does that mean for real estate? Short-term, demand may stay somewhat stagnant. Mid-term, developers who expected to market new construction as Crown High School District may need to recalibrate timelines and pricing. Long-term, if the opening of Crown High School is delayed several years, I think you can expect that you're going to still see a lot of overcrowding at some of these other schools close by. And as far as the real estate market goes, that's where I kind of have a real concern, because one of the biggest drivers when buyers are making a decision is they want to know what schools it's going to. And if that's still going to be somewhat up in the air, I think that could have a real detrimental effect on a lot of the neighborhoods in the 20878 zip code, also the 20850, 20854, but some of those areas in that Gaithersburg, North Potomac, Rockville area, I think it's going to hurt the real estate market. The MCPS boundary study, which was expected to finalize in March 2026, now faces new questions. Since many proposed changes were based on Crown High opening in 2027, a delay could mean redrawing or postponing some of those new attendance zones. From a housing perspective, here's what that means. I see, once again, a lot of buyer hesitation where buyers are holding off purchasing because they want to know exactly where their kids are going to be going to school, may hold off on buying, or bid less aggressively. Basically, uncertainty with boundaries tends to slow movement on the short term. However, I do believe that once boundaries are drawn, you're going to see a flurry of activity. I think you're going to see some homeowners who are absolutely thrilled with the boundary didn't change at all from the school that they were going to, or maybe it changed to what they perceive to be a better school. You're also going to see some parents and some families on the opposite side of that who are not going to be in agreement with the changes and possibly may want to sell. I do think that it's going to make buyers very confident about purchasing, and you'll see a big pickup of an activity, both of potentially people selling their homes as well as buying homes. Stepping back for a moment from the whole boundary survey and those changes, let's talk about long-term how the declining enrollment is going to affect Montgomery County real estate. Here's the things that I'm watching with the shift in buyer demographics. Fewer families with young kids could mean less pressure on entry-level single-family homes near elementary schools, but continued demand for transit-accessible townhomes and condos for professionals relocating to the DC and Montgomery County areas. I also see potential price stabilization. If fewer families are competing for homes in specific school clusters, it may temper price growth slightly, especially in areas that were historically driven by school demand. I'm also looking at development pacing. Builders may slow down future school-centric projects like those around Crown or Clarksburg, which could help balance inventory in the next few years. Additionally, neighborhood stability, meaning lower turnover, could also mean longer average homeownership. Great for community cohesion, but slower for inventory growth. Now let's talk about some of the things that I think buyers and sellers should know right now. If you're buying in Montgomery County right now, don't assume a dip in enrollment means a dip in school quality. MCPS remains among the top districts in the state and even throughout the country. I would always say focus on neighborhood fundamentals, walkability, commute routes, amenities, and future development plans. These are things that you cannot change once you move into a property, so you want to do that right the first time. Within your home, there's a lot that you can change. I'm very good at kind of opening up my clients' awareness towards opportunities and things they can do to get their homes in a better shape or maybe to their liking, and a lot of times these things aren't as expensive as they think. There's really not much you can do about the community that you live in. What you have is what you have. I'm also telling you buyers, with the whole redistricting and the school boundary survey that's going on, this is a moving target. I will be staying on top of it, but you should also be staying on top of it as well. I would also say to you, if you're a seller and you are living in one of these areas that could be affected by the boundary survey, and you're thinking about selling before the survey and the redistricting has taken place, that you want to consider marketing your home around lifestyle and location appeal, not necessarily just the school zone, since that's where most new residents are focusing. Here's what you're going to want to watch going forward. Now, over the next 6 months, I'll be keeping an eye on the MCPS updated enrollment projections each spring, official decisions about whether Crown High opens in 2027 or later, as well as, of course, the revised boundary map expected in March of 2026. Any ripple effect on new housing developments in Gaithersburg, North Potomac, and Rockville, I'm on it. And this can always be the place where you come back for additional information. So while you may not be thinking about school enrollment every day, it is one of those hidden forces that can affect the real estate market for years to come. If you already live in Montgomery County, obviously you want to stay plugged in to see how this whole school boundary survey evolves and the changes that are coming up. If you're not from this area, but you're considering moving to Montgomery County or the greater DMV area, QR code on the screen right now. So if you're watching this on your TV and you have your phone right there, you can scan the QR code. If you'd like to set up a one-on-one appointment with me, a virtual meeting, I'd love the opportunity to do that. Just go ahead and type your name in and we'll go ahead and take 15-20 minutes, talk about anything that you'd like, from the whole school situation to what life is really like living here in Montgomery County and the DMV. Thanks once again for checking out the video, and I will see you next week.